The Battle of Rivergard Keep. As you come down from the aftermath of the skirmish, you notice that the Womford locals have taken their leave and are nowhere to be seen, making the entire docks area available for your inspection. You decide to board Sholly's riverboat and find a small cabin containing a trunk with mediocre booty inside. However, on a small chart table is a map marking the location of Rivergard Keep, and you wonder if this could be the location of water cultists, as Feathergale was for air. After an evening's rest to heal, you mount up the next morning and fly north to the keep's location. As the afternoon drags on, you spot what must be the keep on the west bank of the river. You decide to do your reconnaissance from above, knowing you might be spotted, but hopeful your altitude keeps your identity a secret. You land a short distance from the keep as dusk draws near and discuss the virtues of a nighttime assault. After mulling over the options, you agree to attack the western wall once the sun goes down. Watching from afar as night falls, you see torches lit throughout the keep. The range of these do not reach too far beyond the walls, emboldening you to make a straightforward assault. Together you creep towards the wall whilst trying to avoid alerting the sentries that have been patrolling the battlements. Quirky is somehow blessed by the god of stealth as he moves like a shadow, avoiding the glare of the torches whilst making no sound at all. The gnome's ability completely distracts Muezza, who, whilst watching where Quirky is stepping, forgets to look where his own feet are going. Disaster strikes as the Tabaxi trips and falls flat on his face with a grunt. The sentries are immediately drawn towards the sound and challenge the darkness. And while more prudent souls might have withdrawn to try another tact, you turn to each other and nod in what might be described as a proverbial, "Nah, it'll be fine." You charge forward under a barrage of crossbow bolt fire and reach the wall. Several of you are able to climb to the top quickly and engage with the sentries, but Quirky's climbing skills do not match his stealth ability, and he takes longer to come to your aid as more guards pour out of the barracks into the courtyard. Once you have all reached the top, the number of enemies is daunting. The courtyard is filled up with cultists that Muezza is picking off with his bow, whilst Jadago is laying waste with his acrobatic two-weapon fighting style. Both Helfi and Leilune are playing their part, dropping cultists while also taking a fair number of blows. Quirky shares Nebelun's blessings amongst his friends and staunches their wounds for a short time. As you start to thin out the numbers, your confidence grows, as does your belief that you can somehow take on the whole castle. After spotting a group of bugbears in what looks like the keep's chapel, you do not hesitate to attack through its window. However, the cultists that have barricaded themselves inside turn out to be powerful foes, and Leilune is held by a powerful spell for a precariously long period, but somehow avoids being hurt further. At last you take down a water cultist priest who is encrusted with barnacles growing from his skin, and move into the chapel to take cover and lick your wounds. After a short rest, you venture a little outside and are greeted by a voice from the main keep building asking to parley. You engage in a short battle of verbal fencing before the doors of the building burst open and the final occupants of the keep fight you for their lives. Your initial assessment of who is left is shattered by the appearance of what is clearly a hybrid lycanthrope, a weirboar, its tusks dripped with cursed saliva, which he buries deep into Jargo's side, dropping him into the dirt before moving on to Quirky. This is compounded by the appearance of a cultist spellcaster who begins to fling powerful eldritch lances into you. Your anxiety grows as you realise your resources are depleted. Maybe you shouldn't have assaulted the castle after all. You have no healing or other types of spells and are completely reliant on physical combat. It isn't long before Jadago and Leilune are both collapsed on the ground before Quirky also goes down to the weirboar's tusks, leaving Helfi and Muezza to try to save the party. Lady Luck smiles but a little as both Jadago and Leilune are able to stave off death and stabilise, albeit remaining on the ground and unable to do anything, but her smile does not reach Helfi, who has also been brought low by the eldritch cultist magic. and her life force ebbs away from Faerun on its long journey to the Outlands. A similar fate befalls Quirky, who convulses in the mud and reaches out to an unseen hand before collapsing in a broken heap. For an awful moment, Muezza realises that all their fates rest on him and his crabbed companion Edward. However, an inspired purchase in Waterdeep comes to the rescue. Muezza draws out his new silvered arrows and is able to take the Weirboar down from distance. This breaks the resolve of the 3 remaining cultists who make to escape, but Muezza picks them off with ease before all is silent. The battle for Rivergard Keep has ended, and the cost has been the lives of Quirky Timbers and Lady Helfi Hamfast. Muezza rouses those who were injured back to consciousness, but the call to Quirky and Helfi does not reach beyond this world, and it seems that they are lost forever. Thank you for listening to the progress of my Dungeons & Dragons group as they make their way through the Princes of the Apocalypse campaign setting. Watch out for further episodes where we shall learn whether it is truly the end for Lady Helfi and Quirky, and how the humiliated party will cope with their shattered confidence.